Hey guys, this is Dave Tim. Thank you very much for checking out the very first edition of the QA. This is the May 2017 edition. The QA is a new series for us for Guns and Tactics, and it's going to be a monthly to start out series where we answer your questions. Our version of a Ask Me Anything or mail call, whatever you'd like to call it, but basically we want to hear from you, we want to answer your questions. If we don't know the answer, I will do my best to find out and we will learn together. And if it's a really great question, we might even make that its own briefing room video or its own video article focused on that topic. Again, we want to learn together. We're really excited about this series. So this is the first one. We did receive a few questions to start out. We're excited about that. But what we need from you to continue this series is, of course, your questions. So if you have questions, please email us at the address shown below. You can remain anonymous if you want. You can put in there how you want to be quoted, whatever. We respect your privacy. Or you can reach out to us on any of our social media platforms. Just make sure you put attention, QA, so we make sure to see your questions. So let's get right into it. First, here is a question from Brian. I'm looking for upgrades for my 1022 takedown to improve accuracy. I'll be running it suppressed, so a Magpul backpacker stock to keep it light will probably rule out a bull barrel. Which barrel would you suggest I put on it? And then there's a couple other questions that follow up. So we'll first take this. 1022 takedown is actually a project rifle of mine. I have one. I really like it. It's a cool rifle. And I kind of want to make a backpacker edition as well with the new Magpul backpacker stock that I saw at SHOT Show this year. Really, really cool stock. Now, that doesn't rule out a bull barrel. There is a channel in the forum that you can remove and you can put a bull barrel in there. Gemtech is offering a takedown version with their mist, so it's a suppressed system, and they say it's a match grade barrel, and that's really something I'm leaning towards, that Gemtech mist system, which is the suppressor and barrel all in one. It's a one stamp, it's just one stamp for the suppressor, and then it meets your overall length requirement. So that's something I'm looking into. We'll probably try to do some tests on that as well. But yeah, it's a good question as far as your barrel. Your barrel will, you know, obviously the heart of the accuracy there. Would a new trigger job give it more accuracy or just reduce the trigger pull? Also, if I go that route, would the Ruger trigger upgrade suffice, or must I shell out for a Kid or Volquartsen trigger, which of course would be better, but much more expensive? And then is there any other internal improvements that I can make that would make my rifle more accurate, quiet, or lighter? As far as lighter, your furniture, scope, optic, things like that, that's all going to affect weight. And then as far as internal improvements, one of the things that I do to every one of my 1022s, and granted I have a shop here and that's what I do, but I do enhance the bolt a little bit. I change the radius and polish it on the back so it cycles smoother. And then I also do the bolt lock modification, whereas basically you modify the release mechanism, so when you lock the bolt back to the rear, all you have to do to release it is pull back and release the bolt like a traditional AR slide of a Glock, things like that. You don't have to worry about pushing this little button. So I do that mod to all of my 1022s. As far as triggers go, the BX25 is a nice trigger. It's a good trigger, but in my opinion, that's all it will ever be, is just a good trigger, which is, it's fine. But the upgrade kit from Kid Innovative Design, phenomenal upgrade. Better than the BX25. So if you're looking at different budget price points, Kid has an upgrade kit that is just a few parts, not the whole cassette drop-in type trigger package, and that is a phenomenal upgrade for your any 1022, really. Now, if you have the money, of course, go with Kid. Volquartsen makes a really nice trigger as well. I'm just partial to Kid. I really, really like Kid triggers. I've had some of their two-stage triggers on other 1022s. Absolutely love them. And yes, that will make a difference with accuracy. In my opinion, the number 1 and 2 things you can do to improve accuracy on any rifle is a good barrel and a good trigger. So that is a little bit there. I think we got everything else that we can improve on there. So Brian, I'm probably going to be doing a series on the 1022 takedown as well, so stick around for that, because it's something I'd like to tackle maybe even this summer. But really, really cool gun, and I think that has a lot of potential. Trevor put this in here just to be a smart person. Can't swear, family friendly. Which would you rather fight? 100 duck-sized horses or 1 horse-sized duck? Well, I've heard this go around before, and my mentor and friend Dave Spalding had this on his first AMA video. I would rather fight 1 horse-sized duck. I agree with his philosophy of being able to focus on 1 opponent versus 100 opponents, no matter how big or small. 100 would be kind of a lot. But here's my philosophy. After I would, win my opponent, whether it be that huge duck or the little horses, my philosophy is this, it would be way easier to get me and a couple of buddies to kill, that big duck, and then we could eat it quite easily. You know, we could quarter it up and throw it on the grill, marinate some, freeze some, you know, have a huge party, and all we'd have to process is one really big duck. Whereas if I had to fight all these little horses, I think I'd get tired of, you know, butchering a few of those horses. You know, I think it would just be a pain in the butt to process 100 little animals to eat and grill up. So I'd rather take the big thing. We'll quarter it up. We'll put those back straps. Well, actually, I don't even know if a duck has back straps, but we would eat that huge duck, and it would be delicious. So that's my philosophy on that. Inside the waistband, outside the waistband, can't decide. Great question. Inside the waistband, outside the waistband, basically it is a carry style. Inside the waistband, you tuck the holster inside your waist, outside it goes outside, for those of you that don't know that. Pros and cons to both. Inside the waistband is a little bit easier to conceal because most of the gun is tucked inside your waist. The downside is it might not be as comfortable, depending on the maker. Outside the waistband generally would be a little more comfortable. It might print a little bit more, so depending on your situation. I have both. I have good quality outside the waistband holsters like the Safariland, the 7S series, the 6378 ALS series. I have some other leather options as well, and it depends on my method. Now in the winter, if I know I'm going to be having a coat, I'll carry outside the waistband with a tucked in shirt, just one less garment to clear. So all I have to do is clear my coat and I can draw and present my firearm. In the summer when I'm just wearing jeans and a t-shirt or shorts and a t-shirt, I'll carry inside the waistband like a Milt Sparks leather holster, some of my favorite. They're quality, they're expensive, but they're well worth it. And it's very comfortable. I find them very comfortable, and I can easily then just clear my t-shirt and I can draw and present. So different strokes for different folks. The reality is try to network with your shooting friends and try on different holsters and see what's comfortable. Inevitably, if you get into serious carrying, whether you're a permit to carry holder, law enforcement, whatever, you're going to end up with holsters. You're going to find holsters that you like, that you don't like, you're going to buy and sell and trade. And it's just kind of how it goes. Last question for this episode. What should I look for in training to improve my, and then they left it blank, various topics. And I'll kind of answer it with this. There are tons of quality trainers out there, and talk with people who have taken their classes. Any instructor worth their weight or is reputable will be more than happy to provide you references, will be more than happy to provide you reviews, will be more than happy to provide you further information to help make your decision. So for example, if someone came to me and says, hey, why should I train with you? I'm immediately going to share with them reviews that people, not associated with me, just people have wrote about our classes. Say, hey, you can go here, you can check out this, you can search for me on this forum, you can search for whatever. This is what customers are saying about us. Here's my training philosophy. Here's my goal. When you come to a course, here is what I want you to accomplish as a student, as a shooter. Here's what's important to me. Here's what I create as an environment. They should take the time to explain all that to you. And keep it in mind, be realistic. What are you looking to learn? Are you looking to learn the basics? And there's nothing wrong with learning the fundamentals. The fundamentals are absolutely important. And I've talked to world champion shooters, and they tell me it's all about the compression of the fundamentals. So that's what I teach in a lot of my courses, is the compression of the fundamentals, and then we apply that to a specific skill set. So for example, if you want to learn how to move and shoot, we have a course just focused on that, and most instructors do. So be careful of instructors that call things like super advanced ninja gunfighting 101, and then when you get there, it's really just a fundamentals course. I mean, Louis Auerbach, another late great instructor, I was fortunate enough to consider him a mentor when we had him here for several classes. Got to spend a lot of time with him. One of the comments he made was, I've never been to an advanced gun class. And I kind of looked at him, I was like, what do you mean you've never been to an advanced gun class? He's like, yeah, every damn class I go to, it's all the same crap. Front, sight, and trigger. Yeah, nothing advanced about a gunfight that I've ever been in. And just hearing his and that was a poor Louis impression, so Louis, wherever you might be, rest in peace. But seriously, just kind of an eye-opening moment, because I kind of realized that, yeah, it's all about the fundamentals and how you can affect those, preferably faster than your opponent. And that's another whole other topic, is the competition tactical communities coming together, because there's so many lessons that can be learned and whatever. But I would say talk to your instructor, see if you can, get a feel for them. If you talk to them on the phone and you're automatically like, man, this guy, I don't like him, you're probably not going to like his class. Otherwise, if he doesn't offer you any reviews or references. So for example, I have different students of mine that I am okay to share their info and say, hey, they would be a reference. You can reach out and contact them this way, this way, this way, and they will tell you what they like and what they didn't like. And you should also, don't be afraid to ask your instructor, communicate. And if they're not going to spend the time up front with you to communicate with you, it's probably not going to be as optimal of an experience as you want. Because keep in mind, someone could be the best shooter in the world, but if they suck at transferring that knowledge to you, it's not going to be a good teaching experience as could be. So that is a little bit about what I should look for in a training training company what to improve on. Take skill-based courses that are realistic to what you want to learn about. So if you have no desire to go overseas and be a contractor, why are you taking, you know, military suppression rifle tactics level 1? Take a permit to carry, you know, skills-based course, or take a drawing from concealment course, or take a up-close shooting course, something like that, or, you know, inside tactics or indoor clearing techniques, whatever. Take things that are realistic for you is my best advice. So that'll do it for this episode. We answered several questions. We want to hear from you. Again, email us your questions. You can see the email address listed below. You can contact us on social media. You can send us messages, but just make sure you put a hashtag or some sort of post so we see it. The QA. Again, this is the Guns and Tactics QA segment. We're doing this every month, and we really, really, really want to hear from you. So please like, share, and subscribe to all of our different things. And if you've liked this, share it. We want to approach this in a non-egotistical, blah, blah, blah type attitude way. We want to learn together. We want this to be helpful for you. So I hope you enjoyed it. Look forward to hearing from you, and we'll see you in our future videos. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great day.